today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
On first down, Fields. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Here's Fields. Back to Gibson and another catch for him.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now Fields.
And that's incomplete.
Antonio Gibson, the intended target.
But it'll be second down.
Now it's Fields.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On fourth down, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. 14 carries, 63 yards. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete to Dotson.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Fields now to throw. Going right back to Dotson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Fields on first down.
Buying time to his left.
And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now first and 25 after another penalty.
Now a handoff to Rodriguez.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Here's Rodriguez now on second down.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Here comes third down and 7. They'll run here with Rodriguez.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Here's Rodriguez, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Chris Rodriguez with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ritter's throw taken in by London. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Ritter.
And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did it in a big way there.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons have regained the lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Byron Pringle now to return it. And he returns this to the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Fields throwing again. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. KJ Hamler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Desmond Ridder and his offensive mates ready to take over again. He was able to connect with Kyle Pitts on the previous drive for the touchdown. And now they start here, first down. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run again here with Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Ridder throwing on 3rd down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Meanwhile, Ridder's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Ridder trying to get them up to the line here in a hurry. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago, and they've gone to the half with the score 14-7. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Joe Burrow has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And that one's gone to halftime with the visiting 49ers out in front. Brock Purdy with a touchdown pass to Deebo Samuel.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw, Ritter. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Ritter will set up to throw it. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Now a first down throw, Fields. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. And they're going to speed things up here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They'll run for it with Robinson. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Robinson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Atlanta regains possession of the football. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Ritter now. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On 2nd down, Ritter. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Ritter back to throw. He finds Robinson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Ritter to throw it. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. On 1st down, it's Fields. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd and short. Back to throw, Fields. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Sly able to put this one through, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Ritter. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Now inside the 25. And just shedding him off there. And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll run with Robinson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Ritter. And this is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Ritter's throw complete there to Berrios. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Sticking with a passing game. Here's Ritter again. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now back to throw. Ritter has it knocked down, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And quickly they get to the line. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. 47 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Again, it's Robinson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And
I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And the Falcons are right back in this football game.
Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Ritter on 1st and 10. Got a man, it's London.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They'll set up to throw.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ritter now on 2nd down. This pass is caught by London. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Short throw here to the tight end Bates.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd and 7. Now it's Fields.
Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds Watson. It's caught.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Robinson with another carry.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel. Came in.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 6.